Episode 1, The Echo Chamber of the Sisterhood, created by Talk to the Sea. First, I want to say hello to everyone. I see everyone getting into these dating podcast and dating YouTube channels, so I'm gonna take a dive into it. Second, I want to make sure that everybody understands that I'm going to try to address both angles of males and females. That means I'm gonna say things that are helpful and beneficial to men, and things that are helpful and beneficial to women. It would really help me out a lot if you guys would put some questions in the comments section. Now, I've been doing politics for a while. I took a long period of time off, as in years, but I want to try to do something new and original where I don't get any strikes on my channel. So I'm going to try to do my own content, and one of the ways I'm going to do that is through relationships and human interactions. How people engage and respond to each other. How they treat each other and what you could do, not only predicting what people will do or to understand the environment and the people that you're in, but also how to protect yourself. So, one thing I'm going to talk about is if you are a man in a committed relationship, whether you're married or you have a girlfriend, long or short term, if you notice that when there's a situation that comes up and you have an argument, a disagreement on something and you've noticed that your woman, wife or girlfriend, is not listening to you. Instead of listening, she gets angry, very aggressive, or even belligerent when you try to tell her about herself, correct her on something or to tell her she's doing something wrong. If she can't hear you and totally blocks you out, there may be a cause that you don't really see. We're not going to go into someone's psychology, that's someone else's job. One of the main issues I've seen, and this is from talking to, observing and even experiencing myself, is where women cannot listen to a man when he is being critical of a woman, even if it's for the betterment of their relationship. They can't hear him and anything he's saying, whether they're correcting them or pointing out bad habits and errors, is because women actually live within an echo chamber with their friends. Let me explain to you what this means. Toxic women have 3 principles that they will live and die by. That is, no matter the situation, they're always right, they're the truth teller, and they're the victim. Women have a tendency amongst their friends to only tell the details of their lives, which puts them in these 3 positions. Again, when something happens between a man and woman, they only tell certain details, omit key information, or lie. That still makes them look like the truth teller, the victim, and they're in the right. So, when these women tell these stories that are skewed, leaving out details, and they tell their friends that, all their friends are gonna do is echo these sentiments: girl, you're right, he's wrong, he's the bad guy. Then, the trash talking begins with your partner turning all your personal information and triggers against you. This is an attempt to make you look weak and ignorant so that the woman can feel superior in the eyes of herself and her friends. Also known as the sisterhood. After this, her friends will give support and validate that they are the good person. You shouldn't have to put up with his foolishness, I can't believe he did that, and now they all join in on the trash talking against the man. Now just imagine, they are feeding themselves this almost every time they talk. So, when you have this type of validation and the feeding of wrong information to make the person feel better about a situation, it creates an arrogant ego that eventually evolves into something far worse. You must remember, for most women, it hurts their feelings to be proven wrong. It hurts their feelings to be proven they are a bad person. It hurts their feelings to be shown they are the origin of evil or something bad happening, whether it's between friends, family, or even co-workers. This is where the feeling of shame comes in, and women will do anything not to feel shame, even changing the name of their sin. Shame makes them feel horrible, especially when a man puts the mirror up in their face and shows them who they really are. So when women get with each other, they're only telling each other what they want to hear to get validation, and again, they're the truth teller, they're right, and they're the victim. Shame cannot exist in the echo chamber of toxic women. Now multiply this validation by weeks, months, and years for those 3 concepts, and then you try to confront that woman with anything. As a man, she's going to instantly reject you and what you are saying. Now remember, she gets constant validation of being right, the truth teller and the victim from other women, so you being a man trying to show her the error of her ways, trying to correct her, or to check her on something, whether it's behavioral or mannerisms, is a waste of time. She's going to instantly reject you because she's already been programmed that again she's right. She's the truth teller and she's the victim by her inner circle. The sisterhood. You're going against her core programming, and that core programming has come from years of her and her friends in an echo chamber feeding each other the validation, and they're going to receive that validation no matter if they have to make you the enemy, as the man. Again, they will make you the enemy, you're the bad guy, you're at fault, and you're wrong. Gentlemen, if you are with a toxic woman like this, there is nothing you can do. There is a high probability that there is no amount of talking to her that's going to work. Her mind is already programmed with she is right, she's the truth teller, and she's the victim. My advice to any of you who are experiencing this, unless she gets therapy, which is an outside voice or an outside opinion that's helping her to reflect upon herself, get away from her. My friends, there is nothing you can do. Whatever relationship status you're in, as to your well-being and how well you all are getting along, then that's what you're going to be facing for the rest of your years, whether you're married or in a committed relationship. These women are literally programming each other, in this echo chamber, to be narcissists. Yes, I said narcissists. They have a self-aggrandized sense of importance while you and your feelings don't matter. They are preoccupied with power, control, beauty, or success. They have a sense of entitlement. They are arrogant and cannot be wrong. And they lack empathy. Does this sound familiar? Again, when you try to check them on their behavior, their actions, or their words, they don't hear it. They're going to project it back at you with whataboutisms, whether it's from a week ago, a month ago, or years ago. They're going to deflect and talk about other things that you did or might have done. They're going to gaslight you and make you believe you didn't hear or see what she actually said or did. And the most prevalent thing that they're going to try to do is lie their way out of it. Being in this echo chamber, for an extended period of time, have made them into narcissists. The only way you're going to be able to confront them is if you have audio, video, screenshots, or text messages. Beware, playing audio, video and reading text messages of their wickedness really messes their brain up, to the point of uncontrollable emotional outburst. Even physically. Outside of that, they will never admit to being wrong, the liar, and the perpetrator of wickedness, which is the opposite of their core programming. Men, if you hold strong and stand your ground, there will be two main outcomes. Either you will break up or divorce, or you will remain with same irrational, unapologetic, no accountability relationship where matters are pushed to the side, and you are expected to let it go. Very few women have the ability to change course and begin to hear your complaints or concerns, but it will be exhausting. This will only happen if there is an outside voice of reason, like a parent, a real friend or a therapist. Beware, even in contrition, they will try to trivialize or even minimize what they said or did, negating any real apology or remorse. Placing you and the problems right back to square one. Again, without therapy, this is your relationship in the foreseeable future. I hope this message was helpful. This is information based upon experiences, personal and anecdotal, observations of various age groups, and just viewing life. So, if you have any further questions, please put them in the comments. And if you are in a marriage or a long-term committed relationship, in this day and age, in the United States, I will pray for you. There are a lot of forces out there trying to tear people who love each other apart. If my video helped you or gave you some semblance of understanding or realization about your own situation, please like this video, subscribe, and consider donating to Cash App. I want to grow this channel and pursue other ways to help people. Remember, this is a crazy world we live in. Go back and surround yourself with everything that gives you peace and joy. Good luck, and peace to all.
But let me ask you girls, if you were having an affair, hypothetical, would you tell it to a girlfriend?
No.
Start over the, okay,
Yes.
no.
Yes.
Sarah?
I think I'd have to tell someone because I would feel so guilty that I would have to work through and find someone to help me justify my mistake.
Jen?